The next day, he arrives at the royal kingdom and prepares to administer the medicine to the queen. Before doing so, he explains that her illness is caused by an infection and that the medicine he has prepared will need to be taken for 1 to 2 years. He takes a blood sample and uses his microscope to show her the bacteria in her body, which shocks her. Afterward, Pharma prepares 2 doses of the medicine, one for himself and one for the queen. He tells her that their fate now rests on this medicine. As they both drink it, nothing immediately happens, but after a while the queen starts feeling better, surprising everyone, including the other pharmacists who begin to praise Pharma for his extraordinary skill. 3 months later, Pharma returns to check on the queen and informs her that she is recovering. The queen tells him that she had lost all hope of surviving and had resigned herself to death, but it was because of a person, her youngest son, that she found the will to live again. Hearing this, Pharma feels immense happiness. He wishes her well and leaves. The following day, Pharma and his father, dressed in formal attire, visit the royal kingdom again, as the queen is about to honor them. The queen first shows respect to Pharma's father, and then to Pharma, who is not only honored but also given the title of royal pharmacist. Queen also informs him that he can open his pharmacy anywhere in the royal capital. This news fills Pharma with great joy, as his dream is now coming true. Back at his mansion, Pharma calls upon a group of carpenters to quickly set up his pharmacy. As he thinks about what to name his pharmacy, an idea strikes him. He decides to name it the Parallel World Pharmacy, symbolizing his mission to create a better, healthier world. Upon hearing the name, everyone gets excited and the construction of the pharmacy begins. The carpenters soon finish preparing the signboard, which reads the Parallel World Pharmacy. Just then, Eileen arrives and, upon seeing the name, is deeply moved by it. Eileen becomes very happy and tells Pharma that the name is really great. Pharma, feeling a bit shy, thanks her for her opinion. As they talk about the pharmacy, a man suddenly approaches them and asks whether she is an employee or the boss. Pharma responds that he is the boss. The man is surprised and says, "Oh, you've become the boss at such a young age, but I have a great deal for you. Would you be interested in collaborating with me?" Pharma quickly declines, saying he's not interested in such things. The man insists that he will regret it and that there's not much profit to be made, but Pharma replies, "I'm not interested in profit. I just want to provide affordable medicines for the poor." This response shocks the man, who then warns him that his pharmacy will fail, and offers to save it by bringing him into his team. Pharma rejects the offer again, and just as the man insists, Eileen steps in angrily and tells him to either leave or face the consequences. The man, embarrassed by Eileen's words, walks away. Pharma then enters his pharmacy, where he notices that there are only 2 workers, himself and Eileen. He realizes that he needs to hire more people. Just then, Lute enters and asks for work. She says that she can do everything here just like she does at home, so Pharma hires her. However, there's still one more position to fill, an accountant. Pharma thinks about who could fill this role and realizes he needs someone with some experience. Returning home, Pharma finds that his relatives are all crying. He wonders what has happened. He soon learns that his father's accountant is retiring due to severe pain in his legs, which makes it difficult for him to walk properly. Pharma then asks him, "If I treat your legs, would you work for me?" The accountant agrees, and Pharma goes to his father to ask permission to hire the accountant. His father agrees. A month passes, and Pharma's pharmacy still has no customers, except for a rich man who came in to buy a single toffee. Pharma becomes very frustrated. Just then, his parents, disguised, visit the pharmacy, but Pharma quickly recognizes them. He invites them inside and explains how his pharmacy isn't doing well and how no customers come in. After hearing this, Pharma's father asks if he can see the pharmacy. Pharma shows them the medicine room where many medicines are stored, and then he shows them the rooms prepared for patients. He asks if they notice any issues, and his father replies that everything seems fine. Pharma's mother then suggests that he should also make beauty products alongside medicines, affordable and high-quality ones that would appeal to women. This suggestion excites Pharma. Pharma's father advises him not to use any chemicals in the beauty products, as they could cause skin diseases. Just as they are discussing, a man rushes in, asking if there is a pharmacist around because a young girl is in very critical condition. Pharma immediately follows the man to the girl and finds her condition to be severe. Using his divine eyes, Pharma scans her and discovers that she has severe cuts on her hands which have caused heavy blood loss. Pharma quickly brings her to his pharmacy and treats her. Afterward, he asks the girl why she hurt herself, and she tearfully explains that her crush rejected her, which led her to harm herself. She apologizes for the trouble she caused and regrets her actions. Eileen comforts her, telling her that she won't do this again. A few days later, the girl returns to Pharma's pharmacy. Pharma has now developed his beauty products, and he gives her some samples. She loves the products. Meanwhile, Lute is seen distributing some of the products to women, effectively promoting Pharma's brand and improving its market presence. Gradually, Pharma's pharmacy begins attracting a large number of customers because Pharma's beauty products are not only very affordable but also of high quality. Seeing the rising demand for these beauty products, he opens a separate branch where he hires many beauty experts to produce even more beauty products. Soon, Pharma's pharmacy thrives and his beauty products gain immense popularity, spreading throughout the city. This buzz eventually reaches the Queen, who summons Pharma to check out his beauty products. At the meeting, Pharma first offers her a lip balm. As soon as the Queen applies it to her lips, she notices how beautiful they look, and this makes her believe that Pharma's products are truly remarkable. Pharma then introduces her to several of his other products, and the Queen, impressed, advises him to raise the prices of his products. She explains that since his products are the cheapest in the market, customers avoid other stores, causing significant losses to competitors. She warns that those stores may eventually go out of business, and Pharma might find himself without customers. Realizing that he has been underpricing his products, Pharma agrees to increase the prices. Later, we see Pharma at the beach where his younger sister, Lute, is playing in the sand while Eileen is resting in a corner. When Pharma appears, his younger sister begs him to let her go into the water. He initially refuses, explaining that their father had forbidden them from going into the water. However, Lute and his little sister insist, and Pharma finally gives in and allows them to go. As he watches, Pharma is reminded of his younger sister from his previous life, and he begins to cry. Suddenly, he hears his little sister scream and realizes that she is drowning. Fearing that he might lose her the way he lost his first sister, Pharma rushes into the water without a second thought. When he reaches her, he sees her sinking and desperately tries to save her, but he is unable to. In his frustration, he screams, and a tremendous amount of power is released from his body. A massive hole forms in the ground, draining the water around him, and not a single drop remains. Pharma is startled by his own power, and even Eileen, who is witnessing the event, is shocked. Pharma has unconsciously used negative divine art, a power that only a demon could wield. Realizing the magnitude of his abilities, Pharma manages to bring his sister safely out of the water, thinking that no one witnessed the incident. However, he is wrong. A man who had been watching the whole event runs off to inform the members of the Holy Group. Upon hearing this, the group suspects that Pharma might be involved in some demonic activity, so they send 2 agents to keep an eye on him. Pharma returns to his pharmacy, unaware that the agents from the Holy Group are monitoring him. The next day, when one of the spies reports back, the gates of Pharma's pharmacy suddenly open, and a horse carrying mud and debris enters, spreading mess inside. When Pharma's father hears of this, he believes that someone might be targeting their family. The following day, while Pharma is cleaning his pharmacy, some old customers arrive and Pharma helps them. Just then, a frantic girl rushes in and informs him that her father has collapsed. Without hesitation, Pharma grabs his weapons and leaves to assist her. The girl leads him into a secluded forest where she suddenly disappears. Pharma is left confused and unsure of what is happening. Soon, a group of people dressed in white clothes surrounds him. Pharma realizes that they are members of the Holy Group, and their leader, Suleiman, believes that Pharma harbors a demon inside him and that they have come to eliminate it. The group attempts to attack Pharma, but he effortlessly blocks all their strikes. Pharma is much stronger than they are and could defeat them easily, but he refrains from doing so, knowing that if he did, they would die for no reason. However, the group doesn't stop attacking, forcing Pharma to demonstrate his powers. When they see his abilities, they realize the truth, and Suleiman, upon noticing a symbol on Pharma's hand, orders them to stop. He tells the group that Pharma is not a monster and apologizes to him. During the fight, Suleiman gets severely injured, and his wound becomes dangerously infected. Pharma refuses to leave him to die, telling him that if he doesn't treat it, the infection will kill him. Suleiman insists that his punishment for attacking Pharma is to die, but Pharma, being a doctor, can't leave someone in need. Despite having no surgical experience in his previous life as a medical scientist, Pharma decides to use his knowledge to perform an emergency surgery. He sets up an impromptu surgical tent and begins the operation. Fortunately, the surgery is successful, and a few months later, Suleiman fully recovers. Afterward, the Holy Group rewards Pharma with a promotion. Suleiman visits Pharma with several gifts, including a special staff from their group. When Pharma touches the staff, it begins to glow. Suleiman tells Pharma that the staff has chosen him, and Eileen, excited, asks if she can hold it. When she touches it, the staff suddenly passes through her hands. It's revealed that only the person the staff chooses can truly wield it. And with this revelation, the anime concludes, leaving viewers intrigued and eager to see what happens